Hey, it's Nicole again. So today I want to talk about progress and not perfection when it comes to singing. So first of all, when it comes to singing, there is no such thing as perfection. Every voice teacher I've had, just like three or four, they have been professionals who've been singing for decades and still taking voice lessons because there's always something to work on. There's always something you can do better. That's just the reality of this particular art form. So at the same time, if you talk to a lot of performers, trying to get that perfect performance is kind of what we strive for. We'll put in hours of practice and time and lessons, repeating over and over the same piece in the hope that we will nail perfect technique on every note the whole way through. Very rarely does that ever actually happen for a singer, although with the really good ones, you might not catch it. The thing that strikes me is that when it comes to showcasing that process from going from your raw talent to a more refined, cultivated vocal skill set, it's almost embarrassing to show the progress pics, so to speak. When people are losing weight, it's often a point of pride to show, oh my goodness, this was my starting point. I mean, I've done that. I've lost a significant amount of weight, and you can even see that if you look back at my old videos. And it's, there's like this pride and this success that a lot of people feel when they're sharing their progress pics and showing where they are on their journey, even if they're not totally at the end goal. When it comes to singing, I think that's harder. It's harder for a vocalist to feel comfortable showcasing that messy process. For me, when I made the decision to post my old college recital videos on this YouTube channel, I wanted to die a little bit on the inside. The point that I posted them and made them public, I had progressed significantly beyond where I was in those videos. I had gained more performing experience and opportunities, worked with teachers that helped me unlock new skills. So putting those out there and looking back and seeing, where I started after just 3 months of lessons, I want to cringe. I want to bury it and hide it. I don't want people to know that I used to sing like that, even if it's not awful. It still seems so far away. And there's almost this sense that when everyone to think that I'm a natural, and I don't think that feeling's that unique. I think for a lot of performers, when we get to developing our skill set, we want that to be the focus. We don't want it to be seen where we came from. And I think for professionals, too much of that old material out there could even potentially have a negative impact on booking jobs. But for me, I made the decision to put that stuff out there so that there can be some tracking of progress, because I think it's important for singers to know that this doesn't just happen naturally for most people. You see that sometimes, and we kind of get the sense via shows like American Idol and The Voice and how we showcase child talent that the majority of people who can sing must come by it naturally. But the truth is, virtually anybody can learn how to sing. Some people just might need a little more instruction than others. So for me, I've reached a point years into voice lessons where I've had the opportunity to perform in a cathedral, to cantor on television, and those are opportunities that have been really amazing. But when I first started years ago, that would not have even been possible, because I had so much work to do. It's like there was this voice, and teachers could tell the voice had a good sound, but I didn't entirely know how to use it. So it's taken a lot of practice, a lot of lessons, a lot of work to progress to the place that I am now. And even now, every time I am going through lessons or listening to recordings, there's always something else that can be worked on, because as a singer, you're never going to be perfect. It's not possible. There's always something to work on, and you have to not be afraid of that lack of perfection. So yeah, that's my message. Remember that becoming a good singer and a good performer is a process. It has steps of progression, and where you start will not be where you end. You will end hopefully never, because all of the professionals that I've ever met, the process never ends because there's always something else, and that's part of the journey. Singing is a lifelong journey. There's never going to be a point where you reach that destination of, oh, I'm good enough. I don't have to do this. I don't have to practice anymore. So if you are starting out, or even if you've been at it for a while and you're just like discouraged because your voice is not where you want it to be, just know, don't give up. It can take years. Just keep at it. Get some input from a professional teacher and go with it, because you can learn. The process may be messy, but you'll get there. Have a good day.